Stop the violence. That is the message tonight from community leaders in Detroit after a week filled with deadly shootings. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Karen Drew. Now, we know violent crime usually rises when the weather warms up, but this past week has been particularly tough for Detroit police. It all started 7 days ago on June 27th at Skinner Park, where someone opened fire near a playground, taking the lives of a 4-year-old and an 18-year-old. Then on Tuesday, July 1st, this was the scene. A 17-year-old was shot in the head outside an apartment complex on the east side. He is still fighting for his life tonight. And then last night, July 3rd, what a scene. There were 2 more shootings. One 16-year-old pulled a gun and shot a police officer in the hand. The officer fired back, killing the teen. And then just a few moments later, a few blocks away, another 16-year-old was shot in a drive-by outside a gas station, remains in critical condition at this hour. All this has led community leaders to come together at the Church of Messiah. Noel Friel, who's covered several of these shootings this week, joins us now. Noel, what do the leaders have to say tonight?
Karen, faith leaders, community activists, and even Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison all joined in to call for a citywide ceasefire after the recent string of shootings, all involving children and teens. Bettison's message is that gun violence prevention starts at home.
God, we stand today on this Independence Day for this nation, confessing, humbling ourselves, and declaring that we
praying together and holding photos of gun violence victims, faith leaders came together to call for a ceasefire in Detroit after a string of recent shootings involving teens.
That's what we're here to do, to launch a message campaign from our community leaders and to our community, a word, a message that we're calling for a ceasefire. We're calling for a cease to smoke in Detroit and Wayne County.
It comes after back-to-back shootings Thursday night, where one teen was killed by police after shooting at officers and another was injured in a drive-by shooting outside a gas station. And earlier in the week, the triple shooting at Skinner Playfield that claimed the lives of a 4-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Present the voices of people who were going to school, going to work, going to the park, doing what they were supposed to do, but they were gunned down. So we are now their voice.
Police Chief Todd Bettison addressed the spike in violence, urging parents and community members to get involved.
Search your kid's room. It's your house. I'm pretty sure they're keeping weapons in the room. You know, go through their phone, look at their social media page, get involved.
Go sit on your porch and go to your schools and talk to. We're calling for a ceasefire, and it's not one person; it's all of us calling. We have to do this. We have to stop.
Anyone with information on any of the unsolved shootings that happened this week can contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Live downtown, Noel Friel, Local 4.
All right, Noel, so many cases here. Police arrested 2 people in connection to that Skinner Park shooting, but what about the other cases police are still trying to solve? Where do things stand?
Yeah, Karen, the police are still asking for tips in several of the cases that we mentioned at the top of our show. The shooting that happened outside of Martin Luther King Apartments near East Lafayette and St. Auburn on Tuesday night, the drive-by shooting that happened outside of a Citgo on Mack Avenue last night, and police are still searching for a 3rd suspect in the officer-involved shooting that happened last night at Harper and Meringue. Karen.
Such a tough week for obviously Detroit police and our community. Noel, we appreciate it. Thank you.